From gardening to animals to extreme renovations, welcome to Homesteading at College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Today we're bedding tomatoes. A little winded. It's 7:30 at night in the evening. We're about to get a storm, so I've been hustling around trying to get everything done. Well, I'm going to turn you around here and let you see last year's tomato beds. There they are. They're totally rotted up. Couldn't be salvaged. This year, there were some things went on in the family. I had an aunt to die. Some things that needed our attention, and it got taken away from bedding the tomatoes and some other things. I'm playing catch up, so I'm going to bed tomatoes, but I'm not going to have sides on it for the next few days. I'll build some sides and set over top of it after we're done, but this is just the way it's going to have to happen. Now, first off, when you bed tomatoes, I've used my tiller and prepared a nice bed for them, good loose soil. But no matter what you do, this garden is going to sprout weeds, and I need to cover those. Well, what I'm going to do is, where I'm going to plant, I need 200 Roma pepper plants. I planted my other plants in the basement. You saw that video, pre-germinating seeds. I planted part of the other ones in the basement. But I need 200 Romas for this spring, this year, because we've got to freeze, we've got to can, and we've got to dehydrate. So we need a lot of Roma tomatoes this year. So the way I'm going to do that is, first off, I'll put down compost and manure. Bought it at Wally World, $1.97, and then all-purpose potting soil on top of that. And what that'll do is the compost and manure will block the weeds, and then the potting soil will hold the moisture so that the weeds I put in there on top will germinate, because the compost and manure doesn't hold moisture very well. So let's go ahead and get at that, and then later I'll build sides and stuff. But I'm just going to put this on, and because my ox is in the ditch and I really don't have time to do anything else. So here we go. Here's our soil. I'm going to go ahead and put the compost and manure down. And I want this to be thick. Go on, girls, you don't need to be in this. I don't want to spread it out too much. I want it to be kind of thick. Okay. That's all. It's about 18 inches by 3 feet. Now I'm going to put 2 bags of topsoil on it. Potting soil. And the cheapest stuff I could get, $2.50 a bag. If I keep the chickens out of it, I'll be a lucky man. Alright, there's the potting soil. Spread that out a little bit so that everything is kind of spread. Now all I'm going to do now is I'm going to sprinkle these seeds on there. I'm going to sprinkle about 500 Roma tomato seeds right here. I'll be lucky if the girls don't get in them. There's about 250. All right, there's 500. Now I'm just going to move the soil around. Pat it down. Move it about a little. Now, there's some still out on the top of the ground, but that'll be all right. Now, if I can keep the chickens out of it, I'll be a lucky man. Okay. Now, I'll have to stay out here and defend it from the chickens for a little while because it's getting late. They're going to go in. And if you hear, I hear coyotes hollering just down over the hill here. So when we're getting ready to get a storm, you can probably hear the wind blowing. So I'll stick around here and guard this. Now these will be up. This is June the 11th. Tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain tonight. These will probably be up within 3 or 4 days because it's good warm weather already. And we're not supposed to have below 43 degrees this week. So I've got time. Get out of there. So I've got time to work on this and build a frame for it so I can keep the chickens out of it. I'll close them up in the pen tonight so that they can't get to it. These will be up in about a week. Then they should be ready to go in the garden around June the 1st. These Roma tomatoes are like 88 days, and they'll put them all out at once. So we'll have hopefully 200 plants, and they'll put out all their tomatoes at once. So what did it cost me? Well, the Roma packets I put down was $8. 4 packets of seeds. Normally I buy them in a different way, but I didn't get a chance to get any this year that way, so I spent $8 on them instead of 2 or 3. The chickens just keep inching closer. Go on. Go on. Go, 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 go. Try that again. What did I spend? Out. Well, I spent $8 on the seeds. I spent $7 on the topsoil, on the potting mix. The chickens just keep wanting to get over there in that. I'm going to have a hard time keeping them out till dusk. Anyway, so I've spent $15 on that set of seeds. Now what I'm going to get out of that, I'm going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 plants. And I'll show you how I deal with those when it's time to plant them. So I'm going to get 200 plants, $15, or yeah, $15. Well, if it's 100 plants, that would be 15 cents a piece. Well, it's 200 plants, so it's about 7 cents a piece. More than it cost me last year, because of the way I've had to do it. But 7 cents a piece for a plant that's going to yield me somewhere around 6 quarts of tomatoes. So each of these Roma tomato plants will give me about 6 quarts of tomatoes. And then by the time you cook them down and get them in the thing, there'll be about 5 quarts worth for each plant. Now, we'll dehydrate a bunch of those. We'll can a bunch of them. Well, I'm sure we'll have 50 quarts of tomatoes in our pantry this fall. So now if you like this kind of stuff, this homesteading kind of stuff, we do it all the time. We upload our videos every Sunday. Be sure to like, subscribe, and even share a video now and then. It helps our channel, helps us know that we're doing all right. I don't get it paid for this. I just do it because I like doing it. So it's time for me to get on to the next thing. Always nosy. Nosy, nosy, nosy. Always nosing around. I can't do nothing without y'all being over here nosing around. Sweet potatoes are supposed to go there, not chicken poop. Old nosy there. See if I can show him to you. It's one of our barn cats. In the wintertime I feed them. In the summertime they do their job. He wants me to pet him, but not really. He don't want me to pet him. He just wants to be nosy and see what I'm doing. I would say that the very first thing he's going to do is come over here and poop in my plant bed. Welcome to homesteading.